Archangel Michael is trying to reach you and you always skip this. Someone you love has passed. Your mother in heaven is trying to contact you since yesterday. Open it quickly. The night throbbed with something you couldn't name. The sky was not quiet, though it looked still. Beneath its hush, ancient forces moved like smoke through the cracks in your thoughts. Archangel Michael was there, standing at the threshold of your sleep, holding a warning wrapped in celestial fire, and still, you turned away. You didn't know you were turning. The world whispered distractions into your ears, songs of ordinary things that drowned out the divine echo. And so the message passed like wind through a locked door, brushing your spirit but never entering. A familiar coldness clung to your bones the moment you woke, but you told yourself it was just the weather, just a passing feeling, just the weight of a day not yet begun. But it wasn't. Something had tried to reach you, and your soul knew it. God says the hour is not random, the silence is not empty, and the ache you feel is not your own. You are being called, urgently, fiercely, from a realm where your name has been spoken with fire and light. The words have already left heaven, but they are circling, waiting for your spirit to hear. You felt it in your chest when you paused at the window. The clouds were split down the middle, carved open like a wound by something unseen. The moon trembled behind torn clouds, a sentinel watching the earth for your awakening. Archangel Michael says you have skipped too many signs, mistaking them for dreams, coincidences, illusions. But there are no accidents now, only delays. And delays are dangerous when heaven is reaching out through time itself to protect you. Something dark passed near your home last night, veiled and patient. It did not knock, it did not touch, but it watched. It lingered in the air until morning light forced it to vanish, but it will return, because the breach is not yet sealed. You have seen glimpses in mirrors, faces behind you when no one was there, flickers of memory that aren't yours. These are not fragments of madness, they are echoes of a realm brushing against yours, pressing harder each day. The more you deny them, the louder they become. You were meant to awaken in the early hours, between two breaths of night, but your soul rolled away. The call was faint only because the veil was thick with resistance. Someone around you is resisting the light you carry. And in their resistance, they block what was destined for you. You are not alone in your house. Even when you sit in stillness, there are eyes that watch, not earthly ones, not entirely. Some are ancestral, some are angelic, and some are not. The war for your awareness began long before you were born, but this chapter is the most important. Archangel Michael tried again at 3:33 a.m., a window carved by divine time. A whisper passed over your pillow, and you stirred, but you didn't wake. The moment closed, the message fell back into the ether, and the danger you were meant to avoid moved one step closer. God says your bloodline holds a wound, and you are its healer. But healing cannot begin if you refuse to hear the cry. The cry is not just yours, it is your mother's, and she has waited in the brightness beyond to speak to you once more. There are forces that fear your awakening. They linger around you, silent but heavy, pressing your chest at night, clouding your instincts, twisting your thoughts. You call it anxiety, but it is more than that, it is spiritual interference. Your mother in heaven tried to cut through the storm to reach you. Her voice was like wind through cathedral bells, a sound meant to pull you from your slumber, but someone in the living realm has placed a false comfort on your heart. A softness that is not love, but a trap. Your soul recoiled last week when someone touched you. It wasn't a memory, it was a warning. That person carries something meant to silence your gift, and you felt it, even if you didn't understand it. Archangel Michael says the war around you has escalated. What was once subtle is now sharp. The symbols are louder, the time shorter, and your resistance more costly. The day you dreamed of drowning wasn't a dream, it was a memory of your soul being pulled too deep. You surfaced, but barely. Something in the spirit realm had coiled around you, and Michael was the one who cut it loose. You've been restless for days. Doors close harder, the lights flicker more often, and you're losing things without explanation. This is not forgetfulness, it's interference. These are small disruptions preparing for a larger one. God says you are standing at a spiritual threshold, and the next message will not wait. If you do not listen now, the voice will not grow louder, it will grow still. And that stillness will be more terrifying than any storm. You are being called to remember. Not with your mind, but with your blood, your bones, your breath. The truth is stored in your spirit, and Archangel Michael has been charged to protect it until you finally open the gate within. But tonight, the veil will thin again. The message will try once more. And if you listen, truly listen, it will find you. The veil thinned again just before dusk, when the shadows leaned longer across your walls, and the silence in the room began to pulse like a heartbeat. Your mother's spirit moved through the ether, not as a ghost, but as a presence carved of light and urgency. She pressed against the edges of your awareness, her cry carried by the trembling air around you. You felt her without knowing. The cold along your neck, the sudden rush of emotion without a name, that was her, reaching. Not haunting, not frightening, but pleading for you to turn toward the realm she now belongs to. She came yesterday, right after the sun broke beneath the horizon, while the sky was still bleeding orange. That timing wasn't random, it was calculated, chosen, divinely aligned. There was a crack in your timeline, a divine corridor, and she used it to enter your world for just a moment. She stood by your bed while you looked at your reflection, watching you hold yourself together. Her hand hovered near your shoulder, but the laws of spirit held her from touching you. She wept, not for pain, but for the urgency of what you refused to hear. You told yourself it was nothing. You told yourself the chills were just tiredness, or weather, or nerves. But your body recognized her. Your spirit shook even if your mouth said nothing. There are forces trying to distract you from her message. Not everyone around you is who they appear to be. One has tried to shut the gate between you and your mother with false words, using smiles to bury your intuition. God says there are voices in the realm of the living that lie sweetly. They offer peace but deliver numbness. They keep you quiet when you should be roaring with memory, with power, with truth. Your mother has seen what you cannot. From her place beyond, she has watched the weaving of betrayal behind your back. She knows who has stolen your name in whispers and used it to barter with darkness. She tried to speak it yesterday. She tried to tell you. But every time she opened the channel, the false energy in your space surged forward and muffled the link. Archangel Michael says there is a war over your hearing, your seeing, your knowing. The veil is not only between worlds, it is being held in place by someone in your life who benefits from your silence. They smile at you, but their spirit recoils from the light your mother carries. This person fears your awakening. Because when you awaken, the truth they've hidden from you will rise like smoke in a sealed room. And they will no longer be able to control the narrative. Your mother in heaven is not just trying to visit. She is trying to intervene. Her message is not soft, it is loud with urgency, burning with divine force, aching to protect you from what is approaching. You may feel the pressure on your chest before you sleep. The rising anxiety, the sudden grief, the invisible weight. That is not weakness, it is a spiritual collision. She is trying to speak through sensation. Because your mind has been trained to reject the divine, your body has become her canvas. That ache, that tremble, that rush of heat, they are all her voice translated through skin. Last night, the air changed in your room. You didn't notice it, not fully, but the lights dimmed just slightly, and a breath moved through closed windows. She entered then. She stood beside your door and whispered the name of the one who betrayed you. But something in the room intercepted. It wasn't darkness, it was confusion. A spiritual fog summoned by the one who lives among you with smiling lies. Your mother's cry bounced off that fog and shattered into fragments. That's why you had strange dreams, broken and mixed with memories you didn't recognize. Her message cracked and scattered. She has waited long enough. Her patience has been grace, but the time has shortened. The window is closing, and soon, the cries may stop not because she gave up, but because you refuse to hear. You are not imagining the sudden emotion that comes in waves. Those bursts of sorrow, of anger, of longing, they are echoes of her emotion, pulsing through you in hope that you will finally feel what she needs you to know. There is something you need to remember. Something buried deep in your past, sealed away because it was too painful, too strange, too misunderstood. But it holds the key to what your mother is trying to tell you now. God says the seal must break. The memory must return. Because in that memory is the moment the betrayal first began, and the warning your mother carries cannot be complete without it. Archangel Michael says the time is not coming, it has already arrived. The countdown is active, the decisions are aligning, and every moment you delay hearing your mother brings you closer to a consequence not meant for you. Someone you love is not who you think. Someone you have trusted has been speaking words of poison in places you cannot hear. And your mother has seen it. She is not bound by time. She sees the web from above. She sees the ripple that is moving toward your name, your health, your peace. She has cried out to stop it. Her voice, once tender, has become a flame. And you are the only one who can let it in fully. If you listen tonight, truly open your soul, she will come again. Not as a whisper, but as a storm of divine clarity. She will say what needs to be said. But you must not deny the signs. You must not cover your ears with doubt. Because the message will not linger forever. The ones who love in truth are few. The ones who betray wear your favorite faces. And your mother in heaven is the only one who can show you which is which. The night thickened with an unseen heaviness, a spiritual pressure that made even the quietest sound feel like thunder beneath your ribs. In this hour, you were meant to awaken, not just to your calling, but to the hidden battle running through your family line. The war is not new, it started long before you were born, and now, it has reached the final turning. Your mother didn't just come with a message, she came with a warning etched in sorrow. Something she endured in silence is now circling back through your life, clawing through old doors, demanding a place in your present. The pain you feel in your chest has been carried before, by her hands, by her heart. There is something in your bloodline that was never healed. It passed from generation to generation, hidden behind forced smiles and unspoken truths. And now it's trying to bloom again through betrayal, through confusion, through strange misfortunes you can't explain. The message is clear: you are the one chosen to stop it. This inheritance is not of wealth or titles, but of spiritual conflict. Your soul was chosen to break what others were too afraid to confront. That's why your journey has been marked by abandonment, betrayal, and spiritual tension. God says your lineage carries both light and poison. The light was meant to free nations, but the poison has silenced too many before you. And now the battle is at your door. Your mother carried the burden of silence for too long. She watched what was done in darkness. She bore it, hoping you would never feel its claws, but fate has spun its wheel again, and now it's you. She never spoke of the one who hurt her most, not in words, not in names. But she saw them in your life recently, smiling at you. That was the trigger. That was the moment her spirit tore open the veil. Archangel Michael says blood remembers what mouths forget. Your DNA shivers at the presence of certain people, even when your mind tries to be polite. Your soul knows danger before your lips can name it. This is why your dreams have become strange. This is why the world feels heavier, your thoughts clouded, your energy drained. There is an ancient war whispering through your blood. And the enemy is not far. They wear the skin of someone trusted, someone loved. But behind their eyes is a shadow that once hunted your mother too. She has tried to stop you from falling into the same trap. She has screamed across realms. She has begged the divine court to make her voice louder. But your hesitation has cost time. There was a night, not long ago, when you felt like crying for no reason. That wasn't weakness. That was her presence. She was beside you, trying to pour the truth into your chest so you would feel it rather than deny it. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are awakening. She held a secret that was never meant to die with her. A memory she couldn't share out loud, for fear of retaliation from the very people who claimed to love her. That secret is ready to surface through you. The pain you feel now is not yours alone, it's the echo of your mother's, the wound that was never healed, the injustice that was never corrected. And it is seeking justice through you. The betrayal wasn't just emotional. It was spiritual. And the same deception has found its way to your doorstep now. God says you must stop pretending not to see. Your kindness has been mistaken for blindness. Your forgiveness has been mistaken for weakness. And the one who seeks to repeat the past believes you will fall like she did. But you are not her shadow. You are her weapon. Your tears are sacred ink in the divine court. Every time you cried without understanding, your soul was writing a record, a testimony, a spiritual case against those who harmed you. And now judgment approaches. Archangel Michael says your bloodline will be cleared if you do not abandon the signs. The war must end with you. The chain must break here. Do not ignore the strange coincidences. The names that keep appearing. The sickness that returns without cause. The sleep that won't come easily. They are not random. They are symptoms of the spiritual knot twisting tighter around your legacy. Your mother in heaven does not come in dreams to soothe you. She comes to arm you. She comes to ignite your memory. To show you who your enemies have been, even when they pretended to be family. There is someone who knows what she went through but remained silent. That person still walks the earth. And their silence is a cage wrapped in ribbons. You've trusted the wrong voices before. And now the time has come to unmask what lives beneath their smiles. She has left signs, in numbers, in birds, in names overheard, in the sudden sense of being watched. She's hoping you'll connect them before the veil thickens again. This is your crossroads. Either you listen, or you repeat. Either you awaken, or you become another link in the broken chain. But the choice won't wait forever. The moment you looked over your shoulder last night and felt something there, it wasn't just paranoia, it was spiritual detection. The person your instincts have been whispering about has been casting shadows on your path longer than you know. Their smile is stitched with lies, and their loyalty has already been traded for something darker. Your mother sees them clearly now. From the realm beyond, nothing is hidden, intentions scream louder than words, and betrayals glow like fire. She has been trying to block their influence, but your hesitation leaves cracks open. There's a familiar voice that always tries to calm your suspicions. They offer soft explanations, sweet justifications, but underneath, they're the reason your blessings have been delayed. They are the hand shaking yours while their other hand closes the door to your breakthrough. You keep asking yourself why your joy won't last, why your peace always crumbles when certain people come near. It's not your fault. It's them. God says the one you keep forgiving is the one secretly feeding your destruction. This is not about hate. This is about survival. You can love someone and still walk away when their spirit becomes toxic to yours. They've watched you rise. Watched you cry. Watched you reach, only to pull you down when no one else was looking. And now, they know your blessing is near, and they're afraid. Your mother's spirit sees it all. She stands at the edge of your atmosphere, warning, urging, aching. She knows this pattern well, it happened to her too. The person who held her hand during the day poisoned her name at night. The person who claimed to protect her built traps in secret. And now, that same spirit, different face, same energy, is walking with you. They mimic empathy, but underneath is envy. You've felt it in their compliments. You've sensed it in their timing. Every time you get close to something divine, they call, they show up, they stir chaos. Archangel Michael says this is not just personal, it's spiritual espionage. There are watchers sent into lives to derail destiny before it matures. They blend in as family, lovers, friends. But their mission is always the same: confusion, delay, sabotage. You wonder why your strength keeps returning slower, why your spirit feels torn between courage and fear. It's not because you're weak. It's because someone is feeding both wolves inside you, then watching to see which one wins. Your gifts are powerful. Your light threatens those who build their worth on control. That's why they press you, test you, drain you. They want to keep you tired so you won't rise. But now the veil is slipping. You've seen flickers of truth, quick expressions they thought you didn't notice, awkward silences when you speak of dreams, resistance cloaked as advice. These are not accidents. They are cracks in their disguise. Your mother tried to speak through your mirror the other morning. The quick chill in the room wasn't the wind. It was her breath, breaking into your realm, trying to make you pause before you picked up the phone to call the wrong person. She's seen what they say behind your back. She's heard them speak curses dressed as concern. And she is furious. God says enough cycles. Enough apologies. Enough trying to prove your worth to people who only love you when you're small. They want the version of you who doubts. They want the version of you who hesitates. Because the real you, the awakened you, will leave them exposed and powerless. Archangel Michael says they've kept secrets about your past. Things you were never meant to know. But heaven is shifting, and hidden things are coming to the surface whether you're ready or not. Prepare yourself. Because soon, a truth will find you. A confession, a revelation, a moment where you hear what they never meant for you to hear. And it will change everything. Your mother will be there when it happens. Her energy will flood your chest, not as fear, but as clarity. You will feel fire behind your eyes and peace in your spine. The kind of peace that only comes after surviving a storm. There is a reason your life has felt paused. Why your momentum keeps crashing. Why your prayers seem to echo longer before they return. It's because you have a traitor in your circle. And heaven refuses to bless a table where serpents sit. The person who keeps watching you is afraid of your future. They've already sensed that something massive is coming for you. They're trying to confuse your steps so you miss the opening. But this time, you won't. You will walk forward, not blindly, but armored. You will no longer pretend not to feel what your spirit has been screaming. You will no longer apologize for outgrowing the cage they built around your light. Your mother's final warning echoes through your atmosphere now. Trust what you feel in silence. It's louder than any lie ever told. The time for gentle ignorance is over. The clock has struck. The curtain is being ripped. And what hides beneath it will shock you. But it will also free you. No more missed messages. No more lost days. No more shrinking to fit spaces that are poisoned. You are walking into divine confrontation. And on the other side of it, blessing unshaken by betrayal.